In today's video, I'm going to be discussing Social Security and something that is not legal to change the program, but it is currently up for discussion and it's everywhere in the headlines. I have all the details for you here in this video. Let's get into it and discuss what's going on. All right, now, as you know, there are a ton of different proposals out there to change Social Security and to reform the program. In fact, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, you know about all of these because you've been watching the videos, and I have tons of videos here on the channel talking about all these different proposals and changes that they want to implement to the Social Security program. Now, all of these are totally fine. There's nothing wrong with any of these whatsoever. However, there is one of them that is out there right now that is currently in the headlines. It's everywhere. That is actually not even legal, but it is being told that, hey, we can do this. It's actually not. They would need to jump through some major legal hoops in order to make this legal and for them to actually implement this one change to the program. But I do want to bring this to your attention right away because there's a lot of misleading information, and the true story and the full story is actually not even really being told to us, which is why I want to debunk that right here in this video and expose exactly what is going on. So with that being said, let's get into it and talk about all the details. However, really fast before we do, can I ask a huge favor of you? If you have not done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, first off, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. I truly do appreciate your support. If you have not done so yet, will you please make sure to join the other nearly 500,000 people here on the channel and subscribe by hitting the subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you. I truly appreciate literally every single one of you. I want to do whatever I possibly can to keep you informed. I'm doing all the research, breaking it all down into these short videos, advocating on your behalf, watching the headlines, again, answering questions, doing anything I possibly can to keep you informed right now. Things are changing rapidly, and again, we know there's a ton of proposals out there as they want to change Social Security, adjust benefits. Again, the list goes on and on. You've heard me talk about them many times before in other videos. So again, thank you so much. Please make sure to join the other nearly 500,000 people here on the channel. Subscribe down below. Thank you again. Truly appreciate your support. And let's get into it and talk about what is actually totally illegal as of right now, but it is out there in the headlines everywhere. And to be fair, I've even talked about it before in other videos. Again, yes, I'm saying that right here, right now. I have talked about it because it's everywhere and it's out there. It is something that they have talked about, and it directly pertains to the program. But again, as we currently stand right now, this is not even something they can do. Then why would they tell us something, right? I don't know. But again, let's just talk through the details about it. Okay, so remember, a while ago, we got the annual Social Security Board of Trustees report, okay? Each year around, April, May-ish time, we usually get this report out, and it's from the Social Security Board of Trustees. It gives us this annual report to determine the health of Social Security, the finances of the program, how much money they have, how much money they lost, how much money they brought in, and again, the list goes on and on. There's tons of different figures within this report. Well, here's what they also found. So from the report that we got this year, 2024, they look back over the last year, and again, they project out into the future, 75 years and all kinds of other figures like this, okay? But one of the things that we saw, one of the major headlines that hit the wire right away when that came out, and again, me included, said, wow, we've pushed out the insolvency date out until 2035. Okay, that's the headline. However, let's look into the details a little bit further because in actuality, remember this much as well. There's two different trust funds when it comes down to Social Security benefits. There's the Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund. That's one of them. That's where the bulk of money comes in, or, the bulk of benefits go out of to the bulk of beneficiaries. Now, there's also the Disability Trust Fund. These benefits go out to SSDI, not to be mistaken with SSI. SSI money comes from a totally different source. That comes out of federal general funds, but they're funneled through Social Security and administered by the Social Security Administration for SSI beneficiaries. SSDI comes out of the Disability Trust Fund. Okay, so two different trust funds that we're talking about here. Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund, Disability Trust Fund. Okay, two different trust funds. Now, these are two different pots of money. Okay, money goes out to the beneficiaries. Money comes in through Social Security payroll taxes. Okay, now when they said that Social Security insolvency could be pushed out until 2035, this is assuming that both trust funds are combined, as in all the money from both trust funds pushed together into one pot. Here's the problem. That's illegal. They cannot do that. They cannot do that as of right now, okay? They would need to change the law in order to combine these two trust funds. They cannot take these two trust funds and all of a sudden just push them together and say, well, we put them all together and now we have one big pot, as in one big trust fund, and we're just going to start drawing benefits out of there. Nope, can't be done. Has to be changed. Legally, this has to be changed, okay? So it's a little bit misleading when they come out and say things like, oh, we've pushed out the insolvency date to 2035. That's fine. Okay, that's good to think about it that way. But I guess if something is totally illegal and we need to change the law in order for it to be done, then why would we talk about that? I'm not sure, but that seems like a really bad approach in my opinion. But if we look at the real numbers now, the Social Security Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund is actually not going to be insolvent in 2035, but rather it's going to be insolvent in 2033, 2 years earlier. But wait, isn't that the same report, basically the same time frame we got out last year? Yeah, it pretty much is, right? But again, remember, the report that we got last year, about a year ago, in early-ish 2023, the report we got then was basically showing basically the same thing. Old Age Survivors Trust Fund, insolvent to 2033. If we combine the two, then 2034, okay? So if we look at all the details here, yes, the trust funds would be insolvent if we combine them in 2035. Okay, fine. But that's not telling us the whole story. The Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund will be insolvent as of right now, 2033. That's the real number that we need to look at, okay? So 2033, as we discuss this right now, we're in the middle kind of ish of 2024, okay? So if that's the case, then we have about, 8.5 years until potential insolvency in the biggest of the trust funds, the one that pays out the bulk of benefits to 60-some million Social Security retirees, survivors, and spousal beneficiaries. That's what we probably want to look at the most right there, okay? Now, can they potentially change the law at some point if it came right down to it, if lawmakers did not do anything, and if lawmakers did not change the program, make sure that the program remains solvent for many more years into the future, we could potentially change the law to combine the two trust funds. We could potentially do that. But as of right now, the Social Security Disability Trust Fund is not going to be insolvent in and of itself for many more years beyond the Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund. Does that kind of make sense? So you got the two trust funds, and basically they want to say, well, yeah, we can push out insolvency, but first we need to change the law, and we need to combine the trust funds first. I don't know. I guess that wouldn't be my approach to something. If I were to come forward and say, well, we have enough money to do this, I wouldn't say, well, in order to do this, we have to change the law. That's like saying, yeah, I'm going to take this apple and I'm going to morph it into an orange, and then we'll be able to skirt the law here. It doesn't make any sense to me, right? But what do I know? I'm just some schmuck on YouTube, right? So anyway, I hope this helps you out. But again, just want to bring this to your attention really quickly here so you can see the reality of what's going on and what this means for Social Security as a whole and the program going forward. But again, I want to emphasize this really quickly. No, please do not worry about your benefit. Your benefits will continue to arrive just as they always have. Nothing will change there, okay? You're fine. You're good to go. Nothing will happen with insolvency for probably 8.5, 9 years as of right now. But remember, this is all changing every single year with the Social Security Board of Trustees reports and their financials and things like this. Everything is subject to change. These are just the numbers as of right now. Make sense? Anyway, hope this helps you. Please subscribe down below. The big subscribe button right down below there. I'm here for you every single day, no matter what. Feel free to share this video with your friends on my social media. Again, there's a share button right down below as well. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Otherwise, check out some of the videos here on the channel, including the thousands in the video library. I know, thousands and thousands of videos. Well, we're rapidly approaching 5,000 videos. Nuts. I know. I can't believe it, right? It's a lot of videos. It takes a lot of time to make that much content. I know. I've been doing it for however many years, every single day, 7 days a week, right here making videos. Other than that, check out the videos that have hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now, popping up on your screen, you'll see some videos there as well. Enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one. And I'll catch you again later in the next video.